It'd be humiliating for a great country to end up by being little more than a dependency of the European Union. So far, there's no doubt that officials in London have become more interested in my country and others like it since the Brexit vote. They've embraced the idea of an FTA, a free trade agreement between Australia and the UK, and there's every chance that we could conclude negotiations for such an agreement before the end of the implementation period in December 2020. This assumes, of course, that the UK leaves the customs union. Mind you, I'd be surprised, and I have been surprised actually, that there is any debate at all about whether Britain remains in the customs union. Imagine a great country like this having its trade policy determined by bureaucrats and politicians in Brussels without the British government or the British people having any say whatsoever in international trade policy. Imagine free trade agreements being negotiated by the EU without having any say as to the terms of those agreements, yet being subjected to the terms of those agreements. Within Britain, you may describe yourselves in such circumstances as rule takers. For us in the outside world, Britain would become, at least in economic terms, irrelevant to international diplomacy. All our trade negotiating would be done through Brussels and the capital cities of the major EU member states, knowing that whatever we negotiated with Brussels would apply to the UK, but the opinion of the UK would be irrelevant. You'd be better off remaining within the EU or being completely out of it than leaving yourselves in such a position of weakness and irrelevancy.